Hi guys, right, quick update from the plot. Well, actually I say quick, it never is, so I'm not going to lie, I'm going to say it's going to be a long update because it's been a while since I've done it. It's actually about 9:30 at night. You probably won't think it. It's been an interesting few weeks. Have some really good progress and a few things not gone quite to plan, as I'll be showing you. Apparently there's going to be a frost tonight, so I'm here going to wrap up my beans and just generally just have a look at the place, see how things are going. So yeah, here we are. Let's get cracking, and I can show you what's occurring. Right. So this is how things are looking at the mo. Looking alright. Very, 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 very weedy. I'm not going to apologise for it because I know it would be very weedy. The amount of couch grass I've been digging up on areas I previously thought I'd actually already dug up, just tells me how much I've missed. So yes, interesting. I'm going to just keep looking for stuff and digging it out. Right, let's just start at the front. It's probably going to be easiest. Comfrey. I know you don't really grow it for food, but it's very good for the plot, so I'm going to let it grow and grow and grow. I'm actually feeding it, trying to get more of it, because this lot really could do with it. This used to be the compost bin, is no more. It was too small, badly made, had tons of rubbish in it, so I've been sifting through that rubbish from said compost bin. Just needs to go home. My car's in the garage, so it's staying here for a minute. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. Strawberries are doing fantastic. Actually got some fruit. Starting off, got lots of runners. I need to come down and sort those out. Don't know how I missed them because look at the size of that one. And yeah, I need to come and sort this lot out, give it a bit of a weeding. In fact, the whole plot needs a weed. Yeah, these are a variety called Marshmallow, and they are absolutely fantastic, really great to eat. Get massive as well, proper big. Yeah, not like those little skinny things you get in the supermarkets. They're really, really massive, really, really sweet, and kids go mad for them. Raspberries, these were here when I moved in. Give them lots of food, cleared them out. Hopefully I do alright. Just needs a bit more weeding like everything else. Yeah, hopefully. I love raspberries, so here's to hoping. Our guests of the evening, and he's going to get wrapped up in a minute. Yeah, a bit of a strange one. It's June and we've got a frost warning. I think like 2 degrees it's been predicted to be, feeling like 0. So these are doing alright actually. Some of them are starting to really climb nicely. Quite pleased. And I love my runner beans, so all good. These are red currants, absolutely monstrous bush. That is probably enough, for a huge family. But I brought my other ones with me. There's 2 smaller ones. They don't really crop very well, these 2. Never have. I've had them about 5 years now. Not too bothered though, because I've got that beast over there. The sun is setting, so I'm going to have to make this pretty choppy. Along here, this fleece is to protect my pumpkins, because basically I put them here a week ago and they've been absolutely smashed by the winds, because it's, as you can see here, it's quite an open plot. There's not really many windbreaks here. So yeah, if you think that looks a bit battered, you should have seen it a couple of days ago before I put this fine mesh stuff down. I put a wire hoop over it just to give it some space. Yeah, absolutely battered, but hopefully they'll recover. They're looking better just after 2 days. Oh, moths come out. It's actually quite dark here, but my camera's pretty decent in boosting the light levels, so it's actually much darker than it looks probably on here. The first casualty was here. Pumpkin died. It's basically just blown to smithereens, literally by the wind. I've got 3 left. These are eating pumpkins, so to speak. They're New England pumpkin pie. Really, really tasty. About a kilo each, so they're just the right size, like making pies and soups with. I have got a spare to go in there, which I'll bring up in a couple of days when my car's back. In fact, there's the sad remnants of that plant that didn't quite make it. Sweet corn. Mixed success with this, because I planted this not too early, but it just shot up. Started getting yellow about 3 weeks ago, getting a bit of yellow tinge, even though I was feeding them quite heavily actually. They still were staying yellow, so I thought they're going to have to go up into the ground, even though still a risk of frost, because these boys do not like frost one little bit. Put them in, and oh my god, I thought they were all going to die, because they went yellow as yellow can be. Probably a combination of running out of nutrients in the potting compost they're in, and the fact that sweet corn, I found, has a major bitch fit when you plant it in the ground. It's usually better, as I've done sometimes, to just do it direct sowing. The only thing is, if you get poor germination, it can really mess up your planting, because obviously you need to do it in blocks. So you could theoretically sow direct and then put in any missing ones from pots, but yeah, they really don't like being transplanted, and they tend to sort of sit there for a couple of weeks having a bit of a hissy. So yeah, they are slowly recovering. They do look a little bit sad, but a bit like the pumpkins, they look in much better picture than what we did not too long ago. So holding out for these, hoping we're going to get some good results from them. I've been feeding them every week quite heavily. I'm going to lay off, don't want the soil to get too heavy with nutrients, and start burning them. So yeah, hopefully these will pull through. They're looking alright. I think if they were going to keel over and die, we would have done it by now. They're probably about a month in the soil. Over here, so pleased. I've never grown potatoes in my life, and they are doing absolutely fantastic. Lovely lush growth. I've earthed them up twice now. Probably have to do it again within the week. All this compost is from B&Q. It's none of the horrible clay crap I've got at the minute, so I'm really, really pleased with these. I really can't wait. These are Sarpo Mirror, so apparently we do get blight on this plot, so these should hopefully kick back to order really. And yeah, can't wait really to have a go on these, but I'm going to wait. My rather poor looking kale. These are literally about a quarter the size of the kale I have in my back garden. Planted at the same time, seeded at the same time, just absolutely tiny. They've been munched at quite a bit, I'll give that, but yeah, just not doing well at all. Lots of couch grass coming through. I did dig us over twice, but it's just still coming through, so I'm going to have to get in there and gently tease out the roots, and just yeah, hopefully these will do well. The plan is, the ones in my back garden I'm going to sort of pick in summer, and these can get nice and big and fat, and I can pick them at winter. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping, because it is quite hardy, so I hope it pulls through. Nice noisy train there. Hopefully the audio isn't too bad. Quite happy. Onions. I always have really bad results with onions because I'm a cheapskate and I do it from seed. This year I went out and got sets, and I'm never going back to seed. Nearly 100% success rate, and they're all just doing really nicely. Lost a few, but I planted them quite thick and not giving them the proper spacing, so I expected a few losses, but you know what, they're doing quite well, and I'm really, really pleased. The only problem is now, where the hell do I store them? So yeah, I've got that problem to deal with now, but yeah, really, really pleased with these. The reds are Red Baron, and the whites or yellows, however you want to call them, I think they're Sturon. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but yeah, really, really pleased. This is the not so great part of my plot. I'm not so happy with that. Swede. These were transplanted as chitted seed. Some of them doing alright. I almost have a complete row. This row kind of isn't, but the good thing is I've got lots of modules at home with some seedlings, just gathering space and gathering a bit of growth on them. So if I'll plug in the gaps, I don't need millions of swede, but just enough to get me over winter and Christmas. So yeah, they're doing all right. They're a little bit battered, but you know, still better than nothing. Asparagus, not asparagus. What am I talking about? Parsnips. Yeah, again, chitted them and put them in the soil. Some have come through. Some have just died of death, but you know, some's better than none. Here's a few that actually come through. I think I'm going to kind of declare this as kind of like a bit of a loss, but you know, I'll just let them grow, see what we get. Even if I get a dozen from here, it's better than nothing, really. I think I just need to really turn this soil around. I think that's half the problem, is it just dries out so quickly, and I think the chitted seeds and the saplings and all that lot, they just dry out and die. And, you know, I'll get up here and water it as much as I can, but I think when I put these in, it just rained for about a week, and I think that's why they're still here. This is apparently supposed to be where the carrots are. I put 2 sowings into this lot, covered it with fleece to keep the ground warm. Nothing. Literally odd, random carrot, randomly in the places I didn't sow them. So God knows what's happened. Total loss. Gonna dig it over, put some compost in, and put my tomatoes in. These are my Roma tomatoes, and they do really well outside. Never had any problems with them not being in a greenhouse or anything. Get massive crops from them, and I sun dry them basically, and store them in the freezer. So I've got 8 of those plants to come up, probably in a couple of weeks. I just want it to give us a real good dig, real good weed, and put some more compost in to actually kind of improve soil a little bit. My major problem with this plot is the soil quality. Here is just a great example of what it's like. It's just absolutely rock solid. I have to actually get a fork in that to break that up. It's just the hardest clay ever. It's great when it's wet, but when it's dry, it just does this. It just cracks. Doesn't hold any moisture. So yeah, a lot of work to be done in August. August, September, autumn kind of time to turn this soil around, really. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time. By the time I cleared it all, got all the rubbish out, it was really springtime, and it was like a bit too late to put anything in the soil or turn it over again. I did turn it over once, but unfortunately I don't think that was enough. I was hoping for frosts and rain would do most of the work for me, but how wrong I was. These just need some more compost in, and I've got some asparagus starting off from seed. I know it takes a lot longer, but it's a lot cheaper and I can have much more of it. So yeah, those first 3 are going to be asparagus, and the end 2 would be artichoke. Just get a few plants. I don't want mountains of stuff, but I do want some artichoke. And the idea is this bed will actually be built up with proper timber, and it'll be massive. It'll go up to about where that pile is at the minute, because this shed's moving. I've managed to convince a few allotment holders to come help me pick that up and move it. It's actually very, very light. It's very flimsy, and the whole idea is that it's going to move roughly where that trio of stones is. That's one of the reasons why this is all covered up. Is A, the shed's going there, and B, polytunnel's going there. And once that's done, this bed here will come up to literally about here. And I'll probably get about 14 metres long. This bed, massive bed, will be. And yeah, it'd be really, really good, and it'd be one big giant bed basically. This sheeting's here just to sort of cover up where the fruit bed's going to go. In this area, it's probably going to be like a mini orchard. Plums, pears, and cherries. So yeah, it's going good, but it's just very not quite where I wanted it to be. I've just noticed how dark it's starting to get on this video, and how long this video is going. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm going to have to really think of a good plan to turn this soil around, because I'll compare it to some others, and even next door I've got some really nice soil on theirs, and it's literally just a case of tons and tons of manure and digging it through. So I'm going to raid the bank and get me a tiller So I really need one to turn this soil around. I think that's half the problem is I've done it by hand. It's so heavy and clay to start with. By the time I finished turning it over once, it was ready to plant really. It just didn't have that time. Wood chip is going to be composted. I've been watching some videos on YouTube about how great it can be for soil, but obviously you've got to let it rot down for a good 2 to 3 years, otherwise it will just rob the nitrogen. So it's going to go in bags like that one there, and they'll just be left along with probably about 6 bags of similar size of leaf mulch, because it's free, it rots down quickly, and I've got access to absolute tons of it where I work, and literally I'll need tons of the stuff, because that rots down in about 18 months, and it's great, absolutely fantastic for the soil, especially clay soil. So I can dig that in, along with probably about 75 kilo odd of gypsum. Really good for breaking down clay soil. So I'm going to again save up a few pennies and just bite the bullet. So you know, I want to really get this plot turned around, and get it producing. All this will be dug up. I'm not really too freaking out about the weeds, to be honest, because I knew there'd be mountains of them. I'll insert a photo here. This is what the plot looked like when I took it over, so I do look at that now and again and go, yeah, it could be worse. And I do remind myself that's what I turned up to last July when I took over the plot. And as they say, 1 year of seed is 5 years of weed. So again, I'm not freaking out about all the weeds. I do want to get in. I'm going to have to end this soon. It's getting too bloody dark to see what I'm doing. You can see there next to the kale. When I was digging this over, by God, I was pulling out literally bags and bags of couch grass roots, and here, here's fruits of some of my labour. I just lay them out in the sun just to dry, and basically die. That's a whole bag full of them. Gonna go on the bonfire soon, and yeah, I'll be smiling when that lot burns up. But yeah, there's just mountains of it, absolute mountains under that soil, particularly over here. This is where it's really bad. Not so bad this side. I've been digging it up, spraying it, and it just keeps coming back as it does. So you know, I'm not freaking out. I'm going to just hit it straight on really, and just keep on smiling. That's it, guys. I'm going to shut up now because I need to go and wrap up my beans before it gets too dark and can't see what I'm doing. So yeah, I'll probably do an update in about a fortnight. Hopefully, pumpkins, sweet corn are looking a bit more happy and look a bit tidier. I'm going to come down with a strimmer and give it a real good going over. And this, what we thought might be a plum tree, is going to go, because it's not. So yeah, and then I'll put some more sheeting down and cover up all this growth here. Yeah, so that'll probably be about the next update. And yeah, well, hopefully this frost doesn't do too much damage. It is pretty darn cold and I'm starting to shiver. So yeah, I'll see you guys later, and happy growing. Bye bye.